straight onto the yard, beast from the east, and you're watching Lights Out.
Lights Out, Faisal Khan. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Frank Warren. We're here at the Lamech Stadium in Stevenage. Frank, big fight announced. Talk to us about it. Billy Joe versus...
Bill's fighting for, at the moment, for the interim. I'm hoping it's going to be for the full title, but the worst case would be for the interim WBO super middleweight title against Stefan Azufi.
Scheduled to happen, of course, at the SSE Arena, but it's been moved in now to the Lamech Stadium. How happy are you to bring boxing to Stevenage?
Yeah, I mean we are, because obviously we get good capacity here. It's going to be applied for 12,000 capacity, so that should be good. It's only down the road from Bill, so it's Hertfordshire where he lives, where he comes from. So as we say, he's the King of Hearts, and he's looking to get his crown back, or get a crown back on the 18th of May.
And how happy are you to get Billy Joe Saunders back on the right path, back in big fights, especially at stadiums
Very
like this?
much so. Last year was a massive disaster as far as he was concerned. Nothing went right for him. And this year it's got to be all about, making everything a win for him. Win, win, win. Everything he does, he's got to be busy, active, and get himself back into a position where he's back on the world stage.
And what can we expect to see from Billy Joe Saunders this year? There's big fights out there for him.
He looks well, doesn't he? He's got to beat this guy first, and he beats him, then there's some bigger fights to be made.
And of course, Tyson Fury announced the other day at your show at the Morningside Arena in Leicester that he'd be taking on Thomas Schwartz in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that fight.
He's fighting him on the 15th, same day as Josh Warrington against Kid Galahad. He's fighting in Vegas on that day, Thomas and Mack Stadium, against an undefeated German fighter, Schwartz, and he's ranked number 2 by the WBO.
Was Thomas Schwartz the first choice that you guys were looking at, or were there other, sort of options out there?
No, there were a few fighters to be looking at. It's very difficult actually to do it, because obviously, everybody wants to see the unification, but the name of the game is for him, get him out on SPN to get him some. And getting some more recognition in the States. They're the biggest platform out there, and it's about building the brand of Tyson Fury in America, and this fight would be the first fight to make that happen.
Frank, why didn't the rematch with Deontay Wilder get made in the end?
Because at the end of the day, this offer was made by ESPN, and it gave Tyson a big platform, and he's obviously getting very well paid for it, but he gave him a big platform and helps us in the negotiations to make the bigger fights. We've got a say at the table. We're working with the biggest sporting network in the States.
Listen to Eddie Hearn's interviews. He claims that the fights with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will happen. Last time I spoke to Eddie Hearn, I asked him why he thought Tyson Fury wasn't entitled to a 50-50 split. His reasons were he's not on the same level as Anthony Joshua commercially, and he doesn't hold any belts. Frank, your comments on your thoughts on those comments?
He's the lineal champion, and commercially I think he's on a much higher level. If you look at now what the deal he's done with ESPN, plus the facts he's going, let's see how many people watch his next fight in the States against Gerald Miller, what the viewing figures are for that, and for a non-title fight, what Tyson Fury's viewing figures are. And then we'll see who's the bigger attraction.
In a dream world, do you see Fury against Joshua next year, maybe Wembley Stadium?
I hope so. In the dream world, we'll see all the fights. I want to see Tyson get back the titles he's never lost in the ring. He's the lineal champion. He's never lost his titles.
Frank, has there been any update with the WBO in terms of Anthony Yarde and Sergei Kovalev's fight?
No, we're still negotiating. We're in negotiations, and we've still got, I think, to the second week of April before, if we exhaust that process, we can't, and I'm sure we won't have the purse bids.
And of course, the Battle of Yorkshire scheduled to take place on the same night as Tyson Fury. Talk to me, what was it like being at that press conference the other day?
Obviously there's no love lost between the two of them, and I think, as you say, it's going to be a battle of Yorkshire. They don't, there's Josh was a bit disappointed to get a unification match that the IBF put this mandatory on him. Having said that, Kid Galahad got himself into a position to fight for a mandatory. He won an eliminator, so it's a fight he's got to get on with and hopefully come through it well. He certainly won't take it lightly.
And of course, the British Boxing Board of Control the other day ordered Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois. Any updates with that? And if that was to happen, when can we expect that?
We have no problem with that fight, but the most important thing for Daniel Dubois at the moment is to concentrate on Charles Larty for his fight on the 27th of next month at Wembley. That's all he needs to focus on. Then afterwards he comes through that fight, and he's fighting a guy who's ranked number 14 in the world. He comes through that fight, no problem with fighting Joe Joyce.
Frank Warren, thank you very much for talking to Lights Out. Thank you for your time.